From the Gazette in downtown Cedar Rapids, I'm Brian Siguenza, and it's go time. All local television stations were required to switch from broadcasting in analog to digital on February 17th, in less than 2 weeks. But on Wednesday, the U.S. House of Representatives voted to delay that switch with a new deadline, June 12. The television arm of Gazette Communications, KCRG TV9, has been preparing to make the switch to digital for a while now. And while you've no doubt heard about it, you might be wondering why the transition is occurring and what it means for you. Here with the answers is TV9's chief engineer, Kirk Schroeder.
One of the questions we get asked a lot about is, why are we doing this digital transition? Well, it really started back in 1996 when the government came up with a plan to reduce part of the current broadcast spectrum. With that reduced spectrum, part of the plan was to improve the public safety communications like first responders, fire, the police department communication, which is a really great thing. The remaining part of that spectrum was to be auctioned off for improved wireless communication, which is great for people like me who enjoy our BlackBerry and want a lot of new features. Beyond that, it's for broadcasters. We can switch to a digital signal, which allows us to improve picture and sound, and also gives us more channels. What used to take one channel in the analog spectrum, we can now put multiple channels digitally in the same amount of space. So the next question is, am I affected? Who is affected by this transition? All full-powered broadcast stations like KCRG will cease to put out an analog signal and only put out a digital signal beyond that. So if you receive your television programming over the air, you will be affected by the transition. Now, if you happen to be, subscribe to a pay service like satellite TV or cable services, you will not be affected as long as all of the TVs in your house are connected to that same pay service, which sometimes people will have just their main TV in the living room be on cable, and you might have a bedroom or a kitchen TV on antenna. Those will also be affected by this transition. So if I'm affected, what can I do? There's really a couple options for that. One is to replace your existing analog television set with a brand new digital. Every TV since March 2007 has been required to have a built-in ATSC digital tuner. So you could buy a new TV, which isn't always cost-effective if you have a lot of TVs in the house. So a second option would be to purchase a digital to analog converter box. What that allows you to do is to take the digital signal, convert it, and display it on your current analog television set. So that's a great option for those of us that do have a lot of other TVs. The third option, of course, would be to switch to a pay service like satellite TV or cable TV, and you just have to remember, once again, to connect all your TVs in the house to that same pay service. And one other thing to remember about your old analog TVs, if they're currently connected to video game systems, VCRs, DVD players, they'll continue to work on that for many years to come.
Kirk, thank you. As long as we're talking channels, this is a good time to mention my own. Now, this isn't one you'll find on your cable or satellite lineup, but it is available on the internet. Channel 25 is where young adults are always on. As a young adult myself, I write daily musings on whatever comes to mind. Sometimes I'll offer a preview of what I'm working on for the next go time, or a story I'll be writing for the Gazette. You can either type the URL at the bottom of your screen to access Channel 25, or just visit GazetteOnline, where you'll find a link to the site next to my mug, plus other staffers' blogs and all the latest headlines. I'm Brian Siguenza, and I'll see you soon.